Hi everybody and welcome to this Grace Note. Today I want to talk to those of you that are really having a hard time losing yourselves to other people's energy. So this video really today is all about maintaining well-being versus avoiding people. It can be really easy to, spend your life trying to avoid certain people, avoid certain circumstances, trying to control your environment, as it were, so that you can feel okay to do. I would get so lost in other people's low moods and so lost in the environment I was in that if it wasn't perfect and if it wasn't good, then I was easily affected. I'll give you an example, which is I remember spending a number of weeks in a 5-star hotel in Los Angeles. And at that particular time in my life, I didn't feel at ease. And I was completely convinced that my lack of well-being was coming from the room I was sleeping in. So I insisted in the hotel that we move rooms. And I think in total we moved rooms about 3 times. But at that time in my life, I was just absolutely convinced that my feeling was coming from outside of myself, that there was something wrong with the external and it was therefore creating my internal. So roll on a few years and I came across an understanding that really helped me deeply become aware of where our well-being comes from, where peace of mind comes from, and how that's our true nature. And so that led to an easier life. That led to me no longer needing to control my circumstances, avoid people, try and get away from situations. And now what I find is that I can come from a place of choice. I don't have to put up with certain energies or certain environments, but neither do I have to try and control them in order to be okay. And so that's what I want for you today. If you're listening to this and you're someone who's easily affected by, your environment, people's energies, your husband or your boyfriend or your mother or your father's low mood, then this video I hope will really help you. What I've seen more deeply to be true is that, our feeling is coming from thought. And so when we are in a stressful level of thinking, we can expect to feel stressed. When we are in a noisy, irritated level of thinking, we can expect to feel irritated. And as easy as it is to blame the external for our feeling, you're making me feel this way. Really what's happening is that feeling is alerting us to the quality of our thinking. So as you begin to notice your feelings, I really encourage you to let it be the alert, to let it be the alarm bell for what state of mind you are in. Now I want you to hear that again, because that is very different from letting it be the alarm bell that there's something wrong, that you need to get away from your relationship, your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your clients, whoever it is. It is an alert for the quality of your thinking. And when the quality of your thinking goes down, when your state of mind falls, you will very noticeably feel different internally. The question becomes, how do you maintain your well-being when you start to see that happening? How do you maintain your well-being when the people you're with are in low moods, or the people you're with are, let's say, in a different frequency? Let's say they're either very low or they're very high and hyper and very energetic. Like, how do you maintain your well-being with these diverse levels of consciousness coming at you? And for me, what has really helped in that arena is to really come back to recognizing that the feeling I'm in has nothing to do with anybody else. And whilst we can have a choice to not hang out with certain people, or to not spend time or too much time with other people or certain circumstances, there's something very freeing about noticing that, you know, the feeling you are in is coming from whatever level of thinking you are emanating at that time. So as life has gone on and life has shifted and changed, I'm noticing more and more that we do have to be selfish about our well-being. It's okay to be selfish about your state of mind. In fact, for those of you that are in the healing industry, the coaching industry, any relationship where you are giving a lot of yourself, then it's not just on you to be selfish about your state of mind. You're also doing that for your clientele. You're doing that for the people around you. So when you consider that sometimes your state of mind is going to fall, because that's just the nature of thinking, it fluctuates. When you consider that when that thinking falls, your feeling will likely fall too, then the key here is, rather than look outside and say, it's your fault, it's her fault, it's the fault of the environment I'm in, it's the fault of the person I'm with, let that be an alert for you that, you know, it's time to be a little more selfish about your state of mind. Do whatever you need to do to bring your state of mind back up. Now, I know it can look like the best thing to do at times is to avoid certain people, to avoid certain circumstances. And you have free will. You can totally choose to do that. And there's something freeing, I believe, about not needing to get away from situations in order to be okay. The more you start to see that your feeling is letting you know what level of thinking you're in, the less you will have to control those external circumstances. And therefore you come from a place of choice, whether or not you actually want to be in certain scenarios or not. Again, I encourage you to be selfish about your state of mind. That's all you've got in any given moment. And if that means that certain things have to change, then that's okay too. So I'd love to know what you hear in this one. Drop me a comment below. Tell me what you're noticing, and I hope that this has been helpful. I'll be back with you soon with another grace note. Have a lovely day. Bye.